Hi guys, we are back with another customer returns. This is the first return from May, 1 out of 3. 2 of them are still out there. No news on them yet. They're at 35, 37 working days. So I'm kind of hoping they're going to come back sooner rather than later. We're going to start off with Yannick. Most of you guys know Yannick, PSA Gem Wizard on Instagram, top collector and a great guy. Sent him with the service for a while now. We're going to start off with the Glurak, but of course, as you guys know, that is a Charizard, but a German one at that. Who would win, an English or a German Charizard? That would be quite an interesting debate. Dark Magneton, PSA 9, first edition. Really, it's just so difficult to get the 10 grade on this card. It really is. Such a shame there. However, we will crack on because it does get better, I do promise. Houndoom first edition, Neo Revelation. What a beautiful card that is. Look at the sparkle of the holofoil. Absolutely perfect. Then we got another one. We got a Mint 9 this time around. Yannick is just waiting for a top grade to come through. I know it. I can hear him watching the video. And here it is. Crobat Neo Revelation Gem Mint 10. I believe this is the Holobleed. So that means the holofoil was in his eye. I mean, I don't know, is that a good thing, a bad thing? It's some sort of error. So a really cool one. But on top of that, they both got the Gem Mint 10 grade, which is no mean achievement. Look at that. Stunning. And the moon in the background as well. Absolutely beautiful. Congratulations on those 2 grades. Absolutely stunning. Then we go on to the Gym Heroes Brock Mint 9. Trainer holofoils, very difficult to grade again from Gym Heroes. Then Blaine's Moltres, probably the most desirable card from Gym Heroes. Just soaring through the scars. Again, it's so difficult to grade because of the amount of holofoil. Look at the amount of space the Pokemon takes up on the artwork, and then look at the amount of space the holofoil takes up. So difficult to get that Gem Mint 10 grade. Normally because of scratches to the holofoil. Very close, very close. Next, we've got a Korean Nidoking. This one with a Mint 9 grade. And then, last but not least, we have a Mega Rock Dragon, which is the first of our Yu-Gi-Oh cards. We'll be seeing more of them very shortly indeed. I think that's pretty good. That's 3 out of 10 Gem Mint 10s, but those Crobats really do make the returns something special. So thanks as usual, PSA Gem Wizard, and we'll see you again soon, I'm sure. Looking forward to that 70 card return you've got. A load of E-Series, really looking forward to see the results of that. Next, we move on to Asif. Asif is a big Yu-Gi-Oh collector. I'll try and put his Instagram down below. I can never say it. It's like Orchacles 5 or something like that. I can never ever remember either. But anyway, Blue Eyes Toon Dragon, excellent 5. I'm sure we'll be seeing these cards on his Instagram. Excellent 5. Bit of a shame on that one, but extremely rare card. First edition from that Magic Ruler set. Very rare. So this is still a desirable card, nevertheless of the grade. Serpent Night Dragon, another holofoil from Magic Ruler. Neiman 8, not the first edition this time around. Next we move on to the Graceful Dice. It's literally some fairy hat thrown dice. I mean, I guess that's cool artwork. Neiman 7. That's a promo. Again, we're just not starting off very well with these ones, but it does get better. Skull Dice, Duelist Soul promo, excellent to Mint 6. Usually that means the card is mint, but it's just got some sort of error, maybe a little bend or something like that. Unfortunate with that grade. Near Mint 7 on the exchange. Another unfortunate grade, but a holofoil yet again. Still a desirable card, as we say. And at last, we push on to a Gem Mint 10. This is Rajika. Blue Eyes White Dragon set. Very rare. And basically, if I see Lob in that sign there, I know that it's desirable. And I know that Yu-Gi-Oh! Collectors want it. So that's a top grade. And a top card to get. Next, we've got Dark Magician Girl. Very popular, as usual. First edition. This is a reprinted card, obviously, because it's from 2012. Legendary Collection 3 Mega Pack. Very interesting how PSA have labelled that up, if you can see. The European edition, EN022, Mint 9. And also a Mint 9 on the Monster Reborn. A Lob again, Legend of Blue Eyes. European version. Beautiful card yet again. I remember this card actually. I used to have quite a few of these. They weren't the Hollow 4 versions, but I do remember having this card. Now we go on to the 3 big cards of his set. That is Slifer, the Sky Dragon, Game Boy Advance Gold Promo, GBI 001, Attack X000, Defense X000. That basically means this guy's going to beat the crap out of you. Simple as that. Stunning. And then Obelisk the Tormentor, Gem Mint 10 again. Game Boy promo number 2. Attack 4000, Defense 4000, so maybe not as powerful as Slifer. Not totally sure. The cool thing about this is the blue back. As you can see, it doesn't have the Yu-Gi-Oh branding or the Konami branding. So, if it's not such a good eye, you might even think that's fake, because a lot of the fakes come with no Konami and Yu-Gi-Oh, but I can assure you that's how they were printed. Very unique. It's always going to be a popular card. And last but not least, you guessed it, the Winged Dragon of Ra, Game Boy Advance 003. The attack and defense of this guy is 4 question marks. So I have no idea how you play that. Do you just make it up as you go along, or do you ask each other questions? Who knows? But again, another beautiful Game Boy Advance promo. Gem Mint 10. I think you'll be happy with that, especially those end grades. A bit of a disappointment at the start, but it definitely got better as time went on.
That's got the yellow back as well.
Oh, has that got a yellow back?
And Slither has a red back.
That's the yellow back with no branding there. It's pretty cool. Sorry, move my arm out of the way. Oh yeah, okay. Right then, next we move on to Andrew. Yes, it is Andrew. Andrew again did quite well. Japanese Pokemon sender this time. Start off with the infamous Korokoro Mew, Shining Mew Korokoro comics. Very popular promo. You see it all the time. I have no idea when supply of these is going to dry out, but look at that hollow fall effect just as you go across. Camera really picks it up well. Stunning. Umbreon Splitter, first edition, Gem Mint 10. That's what we want to see from our Japanese cards. Another Umbreon, this time from Town of No Map. On No Map, sorry, first edition, Gem Mint 10. Another one there, stunning. The Espeon, this is probably my favourite card of your submission. It's a card I'd like to own in the English, probably. I'm an English card collector, unfortunately. So no Japanese for me, unless it's Groudons. I've got quite a lot of Groudon Japanese. But this is just one of my favourite Espeon cards you've got. You've got the Cobbled Cove in the background. And Espeon just seems to be chilling out. Just like a regular cat, I guess. But really nice artwork. And the border and just the entire background just seem to, brilliant for the card, really. Stunning. Next, we got onto your other Mint 9, your Lugia. Just from Neo Genesis. It's just a bit older, this one. I'd imagine they just found a nick or something that just maybe put the grade down by 1, which is unfortunate, but otherwise I think overall you did incredibly well, because you got another Gem Mint 10 with a Mewtwo first edition. Expedition, very popular card. Then you move on to the Mew, incredibly difficult to get this in a Gem Mint 10 in English, very desirable in Japanese still. I believe I had a copy. I sold it for around £80. It probably might even go for a bit more than that now. Again, it's because there's so much holofoil. But yeah, stunning. Then the Alakazam from Expedition 2. Not Expedition 2, just Expedition. First edition. Just chilling there with his spoons. For Ralligator, head just over the top of the water. Expedition yet again. Beautiful. And last but not least, the Espeon from Neo 2, which did achieve the Gem Mint 10 grade, even though it is from the older sets again. I mean, this card doesn't need too much describing. If you're a Pokemon collector, you know what this card is. Very popular Espeon card to collect. And the first printed holofoil, I believe. I think that's right. Perfect. Let's just make sure your cards are stacked correctly. Guys, these will all be going out today. So hopefully I can upload this video by early next week or maybe late end of this week, as long as you've all got them. We have got a couple of international senders though, so it might take them a bit longer to receive. Next we move on to Luke. Luke sent away a lot of Neo Genesis English. Very, very difficult to get the Gem Mint 10 grades on. And I know he's a little bit disappointed with these grades. They're not the worst grades in the world, that should be stated. Mint 9 on the Ampharos. I think overall, though, for the price he paid, he still did incredibly well. Near mint 8 on the Azure numeral. It is usually because of scratches on the holofoil. Again, for Neo Genesis. Very common thing. You can get the scratches on the holofoil straight from the pack, unfortunately. Overall, these cards look incredibly strong on the back, though. So I guess that is why it is a bit of a disappointment. Because the backs are incredibly strong overall. For Alligator, mint 9. These still go for quite a premium. The near mint 8s and mint 9s, they are still first edition. They are still from Neo Genesis. The first Neo Genesis, the first Neo set printed, my mistake. Bit more aggressive for Alligator that time. The Heracross. I love this card. I always have. I don't know why. I definitely need to pick this up in Gem Mint 10 for myself, really. Price is definitely starting to go back up now for first edition WotC cards. Definitely seeing a supply dry up a little bit and demand go through the roof again. Always does happen the closer you get to Christmas for some reason. Don't know why, but near mint 8 Jumpluff. Probably not going to get you £1 million, that one. Near mint 8 Kingdra. Again, it's just a load of near mint 8s and mint 9s. The Lugia, though. The reason why the Lugia got it was because of the scratches on the holofoil. There's quite a lot of scratching going from left to right, unfortunately. So I think this is the right grade on this card. It's such a shame, though, because the back is very strong. I mean, that back, it wouldn't be a problem to see that on a 10. The centering's correct, and there's no chipping, really. There's like a little white mark in the bottom left. So a little bit of a shame on that one. Then the Meganium. Near mint 8 as well. Not a massive fan of Meganium, to be honest. I think Typhlosion and for Alligator are a lot stronger. Whereas Venusaur was just about as strong as the Blastoise. Well, Charizard probably in his own league. But I just thought it fitted in better. The Meganium, maybe for me, doesn't fit in as well with a Feraligatr and Typhlosion. Next, Pichu. Obviously, Pikachu right into there. Involves into Pikachu. Put Pikachu on the baby Pokemon. But Pichu, of course, did have a holofoil, and yet Pikachu didn't in this set. Slowking, near mint 8. If you're a Gem Mint 10 WotC collector, this card is so difficult to get. I mean, again, it's because of all this holofoil. All of that. Look, 3/4 of the card is holofoil. Very popular card, though, again. Steelix. The first time we saw Steelix in the Neo Genesis set. Obviously evolves from Onyx. Iron Snake Pokemon. It's even harder than a Diamond, supposedly. Not sure that's true. Then we've got Togetic. Mint 9. Happiness Pokemon. Now then, we got maybe my two favourite cards from the Neo Genesis set, which is the Typhlosions. Unfortunately, both this time around getting the near mint 8s. Again, it is because of the scratching. This card is so difficult to get in any high grade. Even mint 9s are hard to get. To be honest, the scratching isn't awful on this one. The scratching is maybe a little worse on this one. I hope you don't mind me going through your cards like this, but I remember you did say you did want an explanation, and that is probably why. Such a shame again, because look at the back. That is a 10, isn't it? It really is. 10 on the back. However, it's not all doom and gloom, and I don't think they're the worst grades in the world. Near mint 8s and mint 9s, first edition Neo Gen, you're definitely guaranteed some buyback, so I don't think it's a massive problem. Your Dark Charizard Gem Mint 10 from Team Rocket, that's what we want to see. Very happy with that one. These go for quite a pretty penny, considering they're just regular rares. And then you sent away your 3 gold stars, your Suicune, Mint 9, your Raikou, which got that Gem Mint 10 grade, and your Entei. Perfect. So yeah, again, they'll be off to you again today, so look for them in the post soon. And last but not least, and really not least, we've got Andre. So Andre sent away 50 cards from Portugal. Thanks again for sending. If anyone is going to be happy with their results, it's going to be Andre. I think overall, we've had quite a strong returns. Andre, of course, sent the bulk. You know, he sent 50 cards, so he sent the bulk of this submission away. Mint 9 on the Victory Medal, 2006. Gem Mint 10 on the Victory Medal. Battle Tour KO. For the winner of the Pokemon card game, as you can see, gold letter in there. Blastoise holofoil from the Squirtle deck. As you can see, you can get right in with this camera. Absolutely cool. Loving this camera. I mean, I bought it the other... Tom's in the room with me. This is his camera, and you can see quite an upgrade in the performance. I was only joking. Ancient Mew, the lucky gave me then, Jesus. Ancient Mewtwo promo. Perfect Gem Mint 10. And then Andre is also a collector of the 2000 print base set. So that's a Mint 9 on the 2000 print base set. Perfect, really. The Nidoking again getting the Mint 9. Sorry about that. On the the 2000 base set. Get your words out your mouth, Connor. What is going on? Carry on. Raichu. 2000 UK base print is what they call it. PSA currently still not label it differently, even though there is a difference on the cards. Obviously, you've got first edition, you've got Shadowless, and then you've got normal base. At the moment, they're not looking... Well, they're not willing to put fourth print on there as well at the moment. I think maybe it will be something they will do eventually. They probably will when they need a bit of cash, because obviously we'll have to resend our cards in for relabeling. However, Gem Mint 10 on the Dragonair. Very popular card. Very cute. Dugtrio, Gem Mint 10 also. Let's move them to the side. Then the Electro, Gem Mint 10. Clefairy Doll, these are all from 2000 UK base print. Devolution Spray, Gem Mint 10. Hoping to send this off to you with express postage, I think, because I think the value of this entire returns is ridiculous, and just for safekeeping, especially when it's going from the UK to Portugal. It's got quite a trip to go. I much prefer sending with the international clients. With it, FedEx really is my preferred option. Pokemon Breeder, Pokemon Trader, perfect. Super Energy Removal, Gem Mint 10. Got something very special coming up the next card. It is a Clefable holofoil, but as you can see, it's a pre-release. Look at that. Incredibly difficult just to find this card ungraded for one. Incredibly difficult then to find it near mint or mint. I think Mint 9 is the highest ever grade this Clefable's got. Wow, the near mint 8 was a good grade. Well done on that one. Well done on that indeed. That's a great grade. Then we move on to the Pikachu. Obviously, you've got the W gold stamp there. Promo. Some of the cards have it as well. Butterfree, I believe. Charmeleon, Dark Arbok. Flareon, first edition. Gem Mint 10 from Jungle. That's what we want to see. Mint 9, Kangaskhan, first edition. Move on to the second lot now. So you got your Gem Mint 10 Pidgeot. Stunner. Your Snorlax Mint 9. I think it's the first time in a long time that these WotC sets have come back either Mint 9 or Gem. Because a lot of the time, you know, they are like Lukes, they get a lot of near Mint 8s, a lot of Mint 9s. Because a lot of Gem cards have already been sent to PSA, for obvious reasons. Obviously, the value shoots right up. Butterfree D edition error. As you can see, the D where the first edition should be. Gem Mint 10 now on the Electro, no symbol. So obviously we've got no jungle symbol there, so they're almost like base set. I do recommend picking up a PSA 9 set of this and just sitting on it. And sitting on it for as long as possible. I've got one myself. Or even the Gem. The Gem set is quite expensive. But maybe for the population it's quite cheap in comparison to other WotC sets, I would suggest. Be difficult to pick up all of them very quickly though. Mint 9 on this one. When I say this one, I mean Mr. Mime. Mint 9 on the Pidgeot as well. And so well. Snorlax, no symbol. Gem Mint 10. Look at that. Perfect. Then we move on to some Fossil. You got your Aerodactyl Holofoil, first edition. You'll have to let me know where you got these, and then I can buy some cards off them, because it's absolutely stunning card quality overall for WotC. Especially these were printed in 1999, so they've lasted almost 20 years in this condition. Dragonite first edition, whether they were sealed packs or whatever. Gem Mint 10, by the way, not to take away from that card. Haunter, Gem Mint 10 as well, first edition. After Delta Species and the Primes, I've really got to make a decision on my next WotC set. Hypno, Gem Mint 10. It's got to be Fossil, doesn't it? Or Jungle, something like that. Mint 9 on that Hypno. Kabutops, Mint 9. Your Magneton also achieving the Mint 9 grade. Thankfully, we do have an upgrade here, though. Gem Mint 10 Zapdos. And also with the Zapdos, it never has any holofoil in this top left. If you ever see it as an error, because I have seen it on eBay, it's a bit silly, really, in my opinion. They say, oh, no holofoil error in the top left. Every single Zapdos holofoil first edition Fossil doesn't have it. Really do love that artwork, though. Then we go to Neo Destiny. We've got a Mint 9 Shining Noctowl. Unlimited. And then we move on to the new set. So aren't we just used to seeing these so often from Shining Legends? Your Shining Mew with the Gem Mint 10. Your Shining Rayquaza Gem Mint 10. Shining Rayquaza with the Mint 9. Won't keep too long on that one. And then look at these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of these. Gem Mint 10 Mewtwo GX Secret Rare. Stunning. There's not really too much more I can say about this card. It always reminds me of Darth Vader. You've got the background there showing the lab. Just looks brilliant. I mean, you've even got a little staircase. The whole artwork, and it's just perfect. It's absolutely perfect. It's probably one of the best new cards Pokemon have come out with and released. Stunning. Congratulations on that. That's 5 gems, so well done for that. And unfortunately, we end on a bit of a bummer because it's a Mint 9 Shining Lugia. However, overall, that 50 card submission was stunning. So well done there, Andre. And I hope everyone else is happy as well. That's 5 customer returns. It's about 102 cards, I believe. Still waiting on the other 2. As soon as I get any news, you will get an email. It's 37 days in, I think. And we really do, well, I want them to be back as soon as possible. So thanks again, guys. Please do like, please sub. And these will be out and with you very soon. See you later. Bye. Bro, what do I press? There's so many buttons.